Texas is strong because we aggressively play offense. Our state now leads the nation in exports, in Fortune 500 companies, and in job creation. I would support raising the small business exemption to $1 million. And I also propose freezing a student's college tuition rate for 4 years at the level they pay as an entering freshman. I share Senator Vanderput's belief that we should extend the in-state tuition rate to all veterans, regardless of their home of record. The state of our state is good. Her character is strong, her people are great, and I believe now, more than ever before, that our best days are yet to come. Our state is home to 1 out of 10 Americans, but 7 out of the 10 new American jobs that were created in the U.S. were created here in the Lone Star State. We need to be bold, win even more jobs for Texans. When other states are raising taxes, their businesses are going to be looking for a place where there's tax relief. Let's make sure they find it in Texas. When other states are driving companies away with suffocating layers of regulation, let's welcome them with fewer obstacles. When other states are bonding additional debt for daily operations, let's invest wisely to create even more jobs and opportunity.
Well, once again, I am pleased that we're not in the same situation as a lot of states are in right now, but one of the things we've got to do is make some really good decisions this session.
He talked about the economy. Economy's on everybody's mind. He said, made the real point that we're in better shape in Texas, but we have to be careful stewards of what we got. Clearly, people here are going to have to understand that, and that's the big issue.
Let's keep improving our math and science education. Continue preparing our young people, especially those low-income and minority students, for a productive life after high school. Let's work together to make college accessible and affordable for more qualified, motivated students than ever before.
We certainly support because the governor knows that the only school that did not raise tuition fees or room and board last year was Texas Tech. We're ahead of everyone else on this, so we think it's great, and we were glad the governor came up with it.
Well, I think what he has signaled is a willingness now in order to stop the bleeding for middle-class families as it relates to the exorbitant increases we've had to absorb as a result of that tuition deregulation bill that he pushed years ago. I thought overall it was a good state of the state in terms of where we are. But the reality is that we are going to have to make some tough choices. I would have liked to have heard something more concrete about the issues of insurance, specifically the CHIPS program. I would like to have heard something about our willingness to continue to work with the federal government and how we will try to work with them in order to draw down the funds necessary in order to make certain that our economy continues to be vibrant. I would love to hear something about property insurance also, given the fact that we have the highest property insurance rates in the entire country. We heard nothing about that at all.
Rather than wait for more mandates and punishments for environmental non-attainment, let's continue encouraging innovation. I support giving Texans in the non-attainment areas of our state a $5,000 incentive towards a purchase of a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. Using the funds that Texans have already paid to reduce the emissions while providing a unique way to store the wind energy.
Obviously, I think it's an excellent idea. As someone who drives not a plug-in hybrid, but a traditional hybrid, it's going to allow us to move in the forefront in terms of transportation and clean air from the transportation side.
We should only spend tax dollars on the express purpose for which they were collected. Let's show that it can be done this session by shifting funding for the Department of Public Safety back into general revenue. This will free up existing gasoline tax dollars to fulfill their original purpose, the construction and maintenance of our state's roads.
I thought it was great. The number one issue we have facing us in Texas and building and maintaining a world-class infrastructure system is funding long-term. We have tremendous needs that aren't being met right now, and the governor has proposed ending the diversions and devoting all the gas tax to transportation. Fully support that, and as well as maintaining all the tools we have to build roads.
I didn't hear big ideas here today. I heard a number of small ideas, interesting ideas about renewables and other areas, but nothing big. Most importantly, I heard issues that will be effective in the next political campaign.
Generally, it was laying out his vision, which is still a conservative vision. And what was interesting was there were no real sharp barbs, that undisclosed barbs against his future opponent, Senator Kay Bailey Hutchison. He did not, he made several references about Washington being ineffective, but that's pretty generic. I actually thought his 2005 and 2007 speeches were better, more ringing oratory. But I will say that the governor is more relaxed now than he probably has been as a speaker. He is more comfortable in this role. You can tell he enjoys the role, and whatever shortcomings this speech may have had is just having been an inventory list of things were made up, I think, because of his performance, which I thought keeps getting better every 2 years.
We simply cannot, in good conscience, allow our citizens to shiver in a tent or sweat in the sun as Washington drags its feet on housing and reimbursements. To that end, let's create. I agree. Let's create a fund, or I should say create and fund, a disaster contingency and relief account that gets locals the resources they need when they need them, so that they can respond immediately to the storms and the wildfires and the other disasters that we're going to have in this state.